Hello everyone. In this video I wanted to talk about a lesser known visa uh, for searching for jobs in Europe, which is lesser known compared to maybe other ways for finding visa in Europe. So this visa is called Orientation Year Visa, and it is a visa given by the country of Netherlands. And well, yeah, so the first thing about it is that so it has a lot of good advantages compared to a lot of other visas from other countries. And then it's much lesser known, I guess, or at least I didn't know about it. So I'm making this video to share this knowledge. So yeah, so this is a job-seeking visa. It's a one-year visa for country of Netherlands. I'm going to go through the pros and cons for this visa and explain more about it. So first of all, so the requirement for this visa is very simple. The main criteria that they have is to be a graduate be a MSc or PhD graduate from a top 200 university in the world. And it doesn't matter if it's your faculty which is among 200 in the world, or is it the university. So whether if your faculty is among 200 ranking in the world, or if it's your university and you whether have a MSc degree or a PhD degree, so that's about it. You can basically get this visa. So that's a very good thing, I think. And also, if I wanted to go to more into its detail, so you need to so your faculty or university need to be ranked among top 200 from two major rankings, and I think one of the rankings were QS ranking and the other is Shanghai ranking, and the other one is Times ranking. And among these three rankings, at least two of them should have listed your school as top 200 schools in the world. And I'm trying to think. Yes, so that's it. And also another thing is that another condition is that the university or school need to be among top 200 in the year of your graduation. So not right now, but what it matters is the year of your graduation. And I'm trying to think about other points about it. Oh yeah, so the other thing is that the date of your graduation shouldn't be more than 3 years ago. So your graduation should be between now and 3 years ago. Now, I mean the date that you're making application until 3 years ago back, and that's a period when you should have got your degree. So yeah, so this is about the requirements, and that's basically it. So basically, by having this requirement, you can get the other good thing about it is to it allows you to work for full time without any sponsorship in Netherlands, and that's also another great thing. And for example, Germany has another visa seeking thing, job seeking visa, and you can only work up to 20 hours until you get a sponsorship. But with this visa, you can basically start working right away without requiring to go through the work visa process. And another thing is, another pros of this visa is that, so as I was saying, the only requirement is basically being from a good school, and you don't need to show proof of funds. So that can be annoying as well. For example, you have to, for example, for the visa for Germany, your money should be blocked in a European account, and they only accept certain accounts and stuff. So for this visa, you don't even need to show any proof of funds. Yeah, so these were the 3 pros that I think that makes this visa very special. Yeah, and not many people, including myself, knew about it. And the cons of this visa is that, so basically I've been through this visa process, and I've got the visa, and yeah, so going to the cons for this visa is a lengthy process for the for processing the application. If you're outside of Netherlands. If you're inside, then you probably even know about this visa already. But for people who are not from Netherlands, it's a pretty long process. So for me, it took. So first of all, you need to, if your degree isn't from Netherlands and Belgium, then your degree from wherever else needs to get validated first, and it takes 1 month to validate the degree, or at least that was the case for me. So it took 1 month until they validated my degree, and then when you want to apply, make an application for this visa, it took 90 days precisely until I heard back about it. Which is, like, if you put it together, for me it took something like 4 months until I heard something back. I think it's pretty long, especially compared to UK visa, but probably it's shorter for, like, it depends on nationality as well. But for example, American visas is much longer, would take up longer for me. So yeah, so okay, so I should give more information here. So another thing is that apparently you can mix so apparently you don't need to do this process serially. What I mean is, you can apply for degree validation and apply for this visa at the same time. And when you got the result of the degree evaluation, you can send them the evaluation. And I think this way, like, it would just take 90 days, I guess. It will still take 90 days. So, so based on the current rules, you can basically apply at the same time. But I haven't done that, but that's okay with the rules. And going to the next thing, so another bad thing about this visa was that when you apply for it, so I send my documents by email. So they have a secure email system, and I sent my documents without even posting, just by internet. And so yeah, I sent them by their protocol email. And the other bad thing about that was that I did not receive any updates whatsoever, whether about if they received my documents or whether if they received my payments. I didn't receive anything telling me that my documents have been received. So imagine, like, I sent my documents by email, and then I wait 90 days until I heard something back. So I think that was another con for this visa, just being in in an anticipation mode all of the time. So that wasn't very nice. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there is another thing I can talk about here. So yeah, I can give other information. So the way the process was for me, I applied at the embassy. I applied up, and by the way, I applied for both MVV and residency at the same time. I give my biometrics, and I got a code called V number. That's very important for your application. So they gave me the V number. I waited for 1 week, and then I filled the application document fully and submitted and sent the documents to IND by email. And yeah, I'm trying to think. So yeah, so the important point here is that, well, they would tell you it's not. I think that's not very important part, but like you need to wait 1 week after your appointment until you can send in your documents. Right. Now I want to also talk more about Netherlands as much as I know so far. I've also prepared a list of pros and cons for Netherlands. So here's the pros, and this is what I know so far. So there's a 30% tax relief for first 5 years for immigrants in this country, which is I think it's a very big benefit for immigrants. So that's one good thing about Netherlands. Aside from that, there is aid with housing, whether with you can like ask for social housing. There is a condition for it, and I also don't know much about the condition. Like, you need to fall into certain salary brackets and stuff. So, but there's a help with housing, like there's in forms of social housing, and then you can also be eligible for financial support even if you are an immigrant, and even if you're on a visa, as far as I know. So that's also very cool. Aside from that, well, Netherlands is considered as a high-tech country. So if you're into like tech and computers and stuff, then this is a country that the output of the tech output of this country is much bigger than its population. So it's a very impressive country for technology industries, as far as I know. For example, in electronics, there are two big companies here, two big Dutch companies called NXP and ASML, and yeah, so these are one of two biggest tech companies in the world, and they are both from this small country. So that's also very impressive and can be very good for tech workers. Aside from that, well, the English is um, is the second almost second language in this country. Like everyone knows English, so if you only know English, you wouldn't have a much, at least so far in my experience, you wouldn't have much trouble in social aspect. And also, like I think, again, compared to Germany, the companies are more relaxed about English, using English. So there are companies who still prefer Dutch, but there are also a lot of companies that are okay with just English. So that's another thing for like a English speaking immigrant. And yeah, so the other thing is that Netherlands has the third highest minimum wage salary in Europe, and one of the highest minimum wage salaries in the world. So even if you like come here and you are seeking for a basic minimum wage job, it would the pay would be not too bad. I mean, it would be one of the highest in the world. So, and also remember that you would get some tax relief and help with housing if the housing support is when your income is not very high. So yeah, so that's another thing. And overall, so far from my experience, it's been a very beautiful and orderly country. It's been very impressive for me. So that's another thing. It's a very pleasant and nice country, honestly. Yeah. So going to the cons that I know so far is that yeah. So one of the biggest cons is that the housing crisis in this country. So this country has a huge problem with housing, I think, and I'm judging that by like so when I wanted to come here and get an Airbnb, like the prices were way too high compared to I think elsewhere in the world. So it has one of the most expensive rentals, and like in the whole country I couldn't, in the whole country and not like in the main cities, everywhere I couldn't find any affordable housing. So the price of accommodation is very high, and yeah, so far I know about this. And then, well, if you are considering immigration to Netherlands, then I think you would need to learn Dutch at some point. At least I think if you want to become a permanent resident, you need to show that you know some level of Dutch. So yeah, another downside compared to like English speaking countries is that you would need to learn Dutch if you are looking to stay long term here. All right, yeah, so I think I went through all the things that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, so this was my experience with this visa. These were what I thought were the pros and cons for this visa in this country. If you had any other questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.